Away yesterday after a short illness. Well, mate, Tintin, our thoughts are with you, and we know that the Lord Almighty will guide you and your family through these hard times and thereafter. And Tintin, we say, may her dear soul rest in peace. Right. Rufaro Stadium is the place that we will be taking you to just shortly to look ahead at the Green Machine taking on Kasongo Golden Boys. This one promises to be quite something. And without any further ado, let's say hello to as we take a look there. But in the studio with me, those are the two colors in the studio with me. Let's say hello first to Werder Bremen follower. The team in the German Bundesliga, they are just one place above the relegation zone, and they've got a tough fixture kicking off at 4:30 in Germany. Yes, they are in a tight position. They are taking on Wolfsberg. I'm talking about Werder Bremen supporter. Here we call him Uche. He is Achiford Mundava. Uche, it's always good when you're on the show, but hey, Muripa tight. One place above the relegation zone.
Tripa tight. Thank you, legendary CNN. And to Zimbabwe, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, depending on where you're watching us from on the Global Village.
Right. Well, you know that if you didn't know, Boro, Middlesbrough is but tight. We are number two to Coventry. And the match has just kicked off. We are taking on Blackburn Rovers away at Ewood Park. But let's say hello to our other expert analyst from ZBC TV Sports. His team also has kicked off away at the American Express Stadium against Hove, Brighton and Hove Albion. He is a Liverpool fanatical supporter. Here we call him Coach Bex. Let's say hello to Bekimpilo Nyoni. Coach Bex, tight ne Hove uko.
But tight ne Hove. I think the way we won during the midweek shows that I think if we maintain that, we can be able to win and surprise everyone.
That's right. Okay.
Yes,
right, of course.
Good afternoon,
yeah.
legends.
Coach Bex is talking about how they demolished Galatasaray 4-0 in the UEFA Champions League. But right, let's talk Zimbabwe because Zimbabwe is number one. Let's talk Mbiles. Let's talk Rufaro Stadium, the Green Machine, the only team that has won all 3 games, 9 points. They are taking on the 4th placed team. That's Kasongo Golden Boys, Hardrock. And Uche, this one promises to be full of fireworks.
Rightly so, legendary. If you look at this match, just look at the recent history, recent form or current form of both teams. All the ingredients of a thriller are encapsulated there at Rufaro Stadium today in Billys, like you are saying. But if you look at the formation that has been giving results for Caps United, the 3-5-2 formation, fantastic, fabulous in terms of how the players are being deployed by Tekshua Chiragui. They now know how to transition, how to behave when they are under attack, how to move forward when they are also attacking, be it an overload on the left or on the right. So far, the gears are meshing for Caps United, and Hardrock have to be at their ultra best if they are to come with at least a draw at Rufaro Stadium today.
Yeah. And just a tip to all you scholars writing your English language. Fantabulous does not exist, in case. It's just, the slang part of it. It's a fantastic or fabulous. But we just say the fantabulous. Fantabulous, but multiple choice. Right. Coach Bex, Hardrock. Listen, I don't know, but they have surprised many people. Straight from Division 1 and straight they are, spitting fire and brimstone.
Yeah, I think the way the team was assembled, where most of the players who helped them to be promoted had to leave, and they brought in experienced players. And I think the coach has been really able to try to make sure that he comes out with good combinations. And as a result, so far I think they've played very difficult games. Against Scotland, it wasn't an easy game. They managed to get a draw. They went to Kariba, and no one really ever thought they were going to be winning in Kariba. They managed to collect 3 points, and the Bayern chicken in after having beaten Triangle. Everyone thought they were going to come to Kwekwe and celebrate, but unfortunately, Hardrock were there for them. They have done very well, and I think the player whom everyone should be talking about is Tonderai Mateaunga, who had left Simba Bora, where he was like a reserve goalkeeper. And he has gone 3 games, clean sheet.
Yes.
And he has done very well, being supported by the defense of Mnyarazi, Dironyere, Nyenye. Then also in midfield, they've got Bamara, who came all the way from Triangle. Then Nafaya up front. I think they have got the ammunition to fight and try to make sure they collect points against any team here in Zimbabwe.
And in midfield, Kasongo Golden Boys are powered by the Don, Donald Modadi. Yes, he is now at Hardrock, and he powers that engine room. When you know he is in form, you know that everything clicks. So these Caps United defenders or midfielders will know all about the Don, of course, coming from Simba Bora. So it promises to be quite something. Coach Bex was talking about Tonderai Mateaunga. Remember him? He was once at Dynamos. Then he went to eventually landing up at Simba Bora, but he never got a look in with William Tole, the Malawian international goalkeeper. And now he's at Hardrock, and he's keeping Zimbabwe Warriors goalkeeper Martin Mapisa on the bench. So it's going to be hard to knock him off that #1 jersey. 3 games, like Coach Beck said, he has done very, very well at Hardrock. So, he's also a former Caps United man, isn't he?
Yeah,
Tonderai Mateaunga. So Uche, Mateaunga will want to prove a thing or two when he comes up against his former paymasters. Right. I'll tell you what we are going to do now. We are, taking you to Mbiles just to get a feel of things because we are going to join our colleague, that's Vava Valentine Mabugu, just to give us a feel of things at Rufaro Stadium.
It is a very good afternoon and a hearty welcome to Rufaro Stadium for Matchday 4 of the Kasulaga Premier Soccer League. And it promises to be a blood and thunder encounter with Caps United with 100% record in the start of the season so far. And of course the first Hardrock side also not defeated, but I bet not 100% starting record. They've got 2 wins and 1 draw just to start their season. That is for the debutants. Elsewhere in Shamba, Simba Bora host Highlanders, while in Bulawayo, it shall be Chicken Inn hosting that is Ngezi Platinum Stars. While in the Midlands, it is the Midlands Derby as FC Platinum host Tel 1 in what promises to be an exhilarating matches of on a Saturday on Matchday 4. But focusing on this one today, it promises to be an exciting one. Caps United look to maintain their 100% record start to the season. They've been firing from all cylinders, particularly their front 3 has been exciting. Ishmael Wadi, Obro Chirinda, all on the score sheet. And of course, the young and emerging El Nani Murombezi also on the score sheet. So Caps United have been finding goals where it matters most, while Hardrock have been really focused with a soccer star of the year from last year. That is Washington Navaya, who will be the man to watch. Has opened his scoring account so far. So I certainly hope you'll be enjoying this great encounter. Without much further ado, let's take you to the studio where, of course, the legendary Charles CNN Mabika is holding forth together with Peggy Pilonyoni as well as Ashford Mundava.
Season, Maviravira are rediscovering their form, while the new boys, Hunters FC, have been refusing to be overwhelmed by the big stage. Will the Hunters' defiance carry the day, or will Maviravira season gain momentum? Get the answer this Sunday as Scotland FC host Hunters at 1500 hours live from Rufaro Stadium.
Yes, that is the game that we'll be bringing to you live tomorrow. So make a date with us. As football, football, football. The Clever Boys, that's FC Hunters, will be hosted by Maviravira, Scotland. But today we're looking at the Green Machine taking on Kasongo Golden Boys. Of course, Hardrock winning last time out, 1-0 over Chicken Inn. And of course, Caps United doing the same, triumphing of a triangle. So it's this is going to be quite something we will have to wait and find out. Without forgetting, let me find out what these guys think in terms of the score lines. Remember last time Uche Akabuda, Chief Justice Akabuda, Dynamos and Highlanders, I just missed it slightly. Uche, we'll start with you as always. Scoreline.
Yeah, I'll give it to Caps United. 2-1 to Caps United.
Right.
2-1 to Caps United.
2-1 to Caps United. Right. As we look at the Green Machine, Kepe Bora arriving at Rufaro Stadium in their spanking bus there. And yes, times have changed. Of course, when the guys used to hitchhike, Kuyago ground. Times have changed now, because now guys ride on luxurious coaches like this one. And of course, Nyasha Mushekwi, the great one from Caps United, is the one who made this all possible. As we take a look at the dressing room and Coach Bex, a very formidable assembled and expensively assembled lineup here at Makepe.
Yes, expensively assembled, and also a well-balanced team, because I think from when you look at Magalane, the Wallace Magalane at FC Platinum, he was outstanding. And when he came to Caps United, he has become first choice, which shows that he still has it. And that's where they started building their team. And also in defense, we see they've brought in Chiguida, Kudzai Chiguida. Has also come in and has done very well. Nyasha Gurende.
I have to butt in here, Coach Bex. Let's see. Kasongo Golden Boys. Itipinda Mumbilezi Mwanamdara arriving at Rufaro Stadium. They haven't lost. And the last time out, yes, they beat Chicken Inn by 1-0. The first game, they held the champions, Maviravira Scotland, to a goalless draw. And this is the team that is now being coached by former Dynamos and former Highlanders mentor, the pastor, KK, Kelvin Kayindu. And they disembark from that luxurious coach yet once again, all the way from the Midlands and from their beloved Chawanda Stadium. And now you got new faces there. Of course, Munyaradzi Dironyenya, the captain, is still around. But you've got Washington Nafaya Washto, you've got the Donald Modadi, you've got Tonde Rai Matea Unga, and expensively assembled outfit as well, Uche, this Kasongo Golden Boys outfit.
Rightly so, legendary CNN. And if you look again at the lineup, they have the likes of Dlamini, they have Navaya, the reigning top goal scorer as of last year, and Rupiri is also part of the proceedings. Not forgetting Junior Makonike, who was partnering Donald Mudadi in their previous club. So in terms of talent, player for player, position for position, with Caps United, I think it's evenly balanced. So it will all boil down and be drilled down to the tactical superiority of the coaches. But again, juxtapose this legendary CNN with the Kelvin Kayindu. He hasn't lost a match past 19 games. He has been steamrolling. Yes, both in league and cup. With Dynamos, last 11 games, there was no defeat. And he continued in cup games as well as with Hardrock. So in terms of tactical astuteness, Chiragui is facing a coach who is at his peak and at his best. So wait and see how the coach who has the team at the top of the Premiership standings will outwit Kaidu.
Right. Well, Pastor KK, 19 games unbeaten. Well, what do you think? Right, is that time when we transport you into the gaffers' minds to hear what the coaches are all are all about what they think of the impending clash. And today is no different. We will start by driving you into the mind of Coach Deco, the Stekshua Chiragwi, and then Pastor KK, Kelvin Kayindu. Take a listen.
Yes, we did our part practically, but spiritually, I think God is in it, and He's helping us to make sure that we can also have a better momentum. And coming to today's game, it's not an easy game. You are playing a very good team with a very good players, and also the technical team, very tactical. And I think what we need to do is to make sure that we can do our best in terms of tactical awareness, especially with and without the ball. I think that's where it matters most in transition. But I think we have done so well for the previous games, and you see they haven't conceded a goal, which is also showing that they've got a very good defense. But all in all, what is important is to make sure you come prepared and you do your best if you want to come up the winners by the end of the day. Like I always say, we pray for my team to win, and this is exactly that I want, playing at home, and we're hoping for the best for Cape United and all the supporters at home to make sure that they can also be happy and celebrate their victory at home.
From the last team that we played, we've got one change. We still maintain the same team. We still have confidence in the team that started. We are playing Cape United that has got a 100% record. They are unbeaten. They have been doing very well. You can see that they have come up with a very formidable side. They are playing at home. But we come and just hope that a better team may win at the end of the day. I've never been a coach that tries to defend. I'm also an offensive coach, and I think we want to prepare ourselves for this game. We want the fans to get what they are paying for, and we want it to be an open game. Let the fans be entertained. We're also going to attack.
Right, you heard from the coaches, the Deco was first and Pastor KK then followed. And very cautious approach about this two sides expensively assembled. And as we take a look, we were following some of the players that will be in action or are in action at Rufaro Stadium, maybe the key players and so on. And it promises to be quite something. As Coach Bex, we see there the players just warming up.
Yes, we see the players warming up. I think the outstanding player is Richard Achiro.
Yep.
He has been like the general in midfield, and I think
call him dynamite.
Yes, all the success we have seen so far in the 3 games, we can say he has done extremely well. He seems to be really commanding the midfield very well and being complimented by Amidu and Shandirwa. They've done very, very well, and I think the key for Cape's success has been more of their midfield than anything else. Their midfield is done very, very well, such that we find when they score 1 goal, they close as much as they can in midfield, helping their defense as well as trying to be helping their attackers to go forward. But their midfield is done very, very well. And I think Ismail Wadi also, we should always mention him because he has been really running rings, especially from the left side.
This one here promises to be quite something, and Kasongo Golden Boys there also giving us a taste of what they are going to give us at Rufaro Stadium. This one, because this one is tough stuff, I tell you. This one you can't really predict, as we see there Kasongo Golden Boys Uche just giving us a taste of what they will show us.
Legendary CNN, you rightly summed it up when you said an expensively assembled side. Not only a side, but quality side in terms of the experience. The players have the experience. Look at Munashe Bamara, a triangle last season. He was the best midfielder. Tonderai Matiaonga also rediscovering his formula. So wait and see, Kayindu or Chiragwi.
Right, Coach Bex, quickly, scoreline? Uche,
1-1.
1-1, right.
Yes.
Dabuda mnyeche, I don't want now. Right, what we are going to do, you sit back, relax. We're still here. We are crossing over now. We are crossing over now to Rufaro Stadium to join our two colleagues in the commentary box. Tindo Tendai Sibanda sitting alongside Sparrow Spencer Nyamadzao will be talking to you at halftime.
Good afternoon and thank you for joining us from wherever you are. This is the live broadcast of the Kasolaga Premier League match day for Caps United. The home team take on debutants Hardrock. This is an opportunity for Caps United to extend their winning run to 4 games. 3 games they have played, 3 games they have won. However, for Hardrock, the Golden Boys, the debutants, they have played 3, drawing the first one against Scotland and winning the other 2. Not so much is separating these 2 teams. It's number 1 versus number 4. This afternoon, Hardrock, we have an opportunity to have the first field of Rufaro Stadium. But before we get into the nitty-gritties of the game, we have to stand up for the national anthems of Zimbabwe. Gentlemen, is the national anthem of Zimbabwe, and welcome once again to match day 4 of the Kasolaga Premier League. My name is Tendai Spender in the main commentary country, and besides me as expert analyst Spencer Nyamadzao. What a game we have on our hand this afternoon.
What a game, Tendai. It's still early days, match day 4, and Caps United leading by, they've won 3 games in a row. Can they continue the winning streak? And Hardrock will have a lot of questions to ask Caps United. Can Caps United character be tested today by the new boys Hardrock? We've also were busy during the window period. They have managed to get 2 wins out of 3 games, winning 2 and drawing 1, and they're yet to concede a goal, Hardrock. So let's see how they will do against Caps United, who've managed to score 4 goals in the first 3 games. Let's see how Caps will hold on this afternoon.
Well, the 2 captains just standing there with the match officials. That's Munyaraza rather, who came with Hardrock from the Central Region Soccer League. He's been part of the establishment since Division 1 football, winning the Player of the Year for Hardrock. And besides him stands Richard Hachido, the captain for the day for Caps United. And your match officials this afternoon, we have a centre ref Owen Manenda, the first assistant Brilliant Sibanda, and Admaya Chirara, the 4th official Chris Gimo, and the match commissioner Norman Matemera. Such a strong lineup in terms of match officiating. And on the far side, left side of your screens, that's the home team, Caps United, in their traditional green and white, Makepe, as they are affectionately known in Zimbabwean football circles. So that's them taking a picture before the initial whistle. And the first 11 for Caps United, not so many changes, only 1 change. Phineas Bamusi, the captain, is replaced by the Malawian Kawonga this afternoon. And Wallace Magalani keeps his place between the sticks. Chitoshi Shinga, Nyasha Gurende, and Kudzai Chiguida, the 3 centre-backs. Obreo Chirinda takes charge as the lone striker this afternoon. A trusted back 3 from Tekshua Chiragui.
Tekshua Chiragui not tinkering with his team too much. Just 1 change from the last game, and you can see exactly what he's trying to come up with. Again, look at the Hardrock lineup. We also had Kelvin Kawindu just making 1 change in today's lineup. Again, looking at the coach wanting to maintain the same players and continue the same rhythm.
Okay, so that's Hardrock in the white, attacking from the right side of your screen, going to the left in all white. And in a matter of moments, we are going to be listening to the match official blow his whistle to get proceedings underway. A decent turnout for this match day 4 from the fans. Caps United fans taking on the City End, and Hardrock fans also taking the Vietnam. Not so many numbers, but a good one to get the game going.
A good turnout, given the fact that, Caps United and Hardrock are on top of, Caps on top of the log, Hardrock on 4th position. So really this is the top of the table clash, and really 2 teams, fans wanting to see what Hardrock is made of. They've done a wonderful job by constructing a beautiful stadium at Chowanda. And that's KK in your picture, and off we get underway, Tendai.
So that's the match whistle getting us underway. Obreo Chirinda starting off for Caps United. Of the 3 traditional clubs that are known as the Zimbabwean Giants, Caps United collecting maximum points. 3 games they've played, 9 points they've collected. Will this afternoon be fortunate for them to get another 3 points and take the tally to 12 points?
That's exactly what they want to do, and it's a long time. They've quite a number of years they've lifted theirs. The Caps United taking our bench there, Tekshua Chiragui and first assistant Ian Bakala just taking a few notes as the match starts.
So good pressing earlier on in the game coming in from Caps United. Chawangwa Kawonga, the man who replaces Phineas Bamusi this afternoon, wearing the jersey number 10. Phineas Bamusi are playing in the previous fixture with the troubled away, but this time not being given the nod to start by Tekshua Chiragui. Is it a tactical change?
I think it's a tactical change. I think he wants also players that can mark. I think as we see Hardrock attacking Caps United there.
Now first cross into the box for Hardrock. Snavaya not getting his head onto the ball, but quite an exciting start from the team in white.
Good start from Hardrock, an offside call there, but was a good play from Hardrock on the right flank. The cross was good, but offside on Navaya called by the referee.
So that's Kelvin Kayindu, the Hardrock coach. Last season we was with Dynamos and previously he was with Islanders. The man who makes sure that teams play according to what he wants, and this time he's playing in a 4-5-1-1 formation.
KK, a true tactician. I mean, he's been in Zimbabwe for some time and he knows the Premier League, and let's see how we can transform Hardrock.
So Caps United doing what they do best, creating from the back. They found so much fortune in playing in this system. Tekshua Chiragwi, joining at the end of the season, of last season, went on to Zambia to play a number of preseason games, making sure that his tactics stick. And so far we've seen it work in the first 3 games of the season. They haven't really won by much. The only game they scored more than 1 goal was the opening game against Agama.
Yes,
now taking a shot from distance.
Good chance.
Tawonga.
Good chance by Caps United there. And Tawonga just taking a crack at goal, and Tondre Mateonga not happy with his defense. But Caps United showing intention in the first 2 minutes.
Well, 2 minutes have gone and Caps United are already showing threats of what they can do. Remember, it's the high press. They like to play this final third. They can take shots from distance. Amidu there in your picture. Another player who has a great right foot. Just trying to cause problems for Mateonga in these early stages, in the early opening.
And Caps United give away possession cheaply.
So now Caps United, Amidu, Chirinda, played through, Chirinda can then make it 1! Again! And Ishmael Wadi gives Caps United the advantage under 3 minutes. Obrao Chirinda played through, hits the junction of the upright and the crossbar, but Ishmael Wadi was there to make sure the finishing is perfect.
Good goal by Caps United, but you got to also look at Hardrock. Poor defending from Hardrock. They had 3 opportunities to clear that ball and they failed to clear that ball. And Ishmael Wadi just punishing Hardrock, and what a way to pounce on that goal from Hardrock as we see the playback. Good pass there from Brett Amidu to pick up Chirwa, and just coming up against the upright, and the tap-in wasn't good. And Wadi was there to pounce, and nothing Tondre Mateonga could do from that position.
Well, you'd have thought that Obrao Chirinda would have scored at first attempt. 2 attempts being blocked up until Ishmael Wadi gave himself the second goal of the season. Ishmael Wadi scored against Agama in the opening, and this time again he has made sure that Caps United take the advantage under 3 minutes.
Under 3 minutes, under 4 minutes, Caps United are leading by a goal to nil, and this is the first goal that Hardrock have conceded in this year in the Premiership.
Well, Mateonga before this encounter had kept a total of 3 clean sheets, but Caps United have said, wait, we are coming now. Kaonga trying to just dart inside. Ishmael Wadi rather. And have the first corner kick of the game. So much pressure, just under 5 minutes.
Caps United riding on that momentum of that goal, as well as the 12th man. The fans have responded. They are belting away the brass band, the Caps United brass band, enjoying every moment of this. And let's see how this corner kick will be taken.
So Tanaka Shandirwa to deliver. Another one sent into the box. Now Richard Achiro playing it back to the goalkeeper. Well, under the first opening minutes, the idea is clear from Caps United, trying to get into the final third as soon as possible. Every attack is just launching it forward, and they are not stopping maybe until they get a second.
Absolutely, they are getting to the final attacking third, and they are doing a great job. I mean, if you look at the Tanaka Shandirwa doing a good job of just not allowing Hardrock to get the ball and play it. He's always first on the ball. And the Caps front 3, Obrao Chirinda, Ishmael Wadi, as well as Kaonga doing a good job of high pressing, and Hardrock need to really step up the game in terms of the passing game.
So that's Caps United, a stoppage in play after one of their men had gone down. That is Obrao Chirinda on the byline, getting some medical assistance. And from your screens, you can see the Caps United fans already in jubilation. The brass band also together in harmony with a number of their fans. And that's in a picture, Tanaka Shandiro just getting a talking to from Owel Manenda. It's going to be an exciting contest in the midfield. Tanaka Shandiro with Menashe Bamara, two good midfielders. On their day, they can really give us some magic and some exciting football.
Absolutely. Let's see the battle of the midfield, Shandirwa and Bamara. Let's see who will win that battle.
Bamara, the man in question, taking the ball to Chando. Obro Chirinda trying to cross it into the box, but a wayward cross and defended heavily. Amidu. Kudzai Chiguida, a man who's also a veteran, was with Fangesi Platinum, came together with Chekshua Shiragwi, solid in defense.
Tried and tested, and Tekshua Shiragwi really has so much confidence in the defender.
Greatly believe these are not the first opening moments Hardrock would have wanted to get a feel of Rufaro Stadium, the ceremonial home of football. It's a very, very chill welcome from Caps United, scoring earlier in the first opening 5 minutes of the game. And now the question is, how will Kelvin Kaindu and his Golden Boys respond?
They need to really step up the defense. I think at that time they were caught napping at the 6s and 7s, and they couldn't clear the lines, and they were punished by Wadi. And if they don't get the act together, it could be a riot here. Caps United wanted to maintain the 100% record in this year's Premiership.
Solid partnership in the midfield, was dominant against Erentos. Tanaka Shandirwa, Richard Achiro, two great midfielders for Caps United. They do say the team that dominates the midfield will eventually go on to dominate the game, but is that the game in question this afternoon? Amara, Nigel Martina, and then a wayward cross, not exactly where we would have wanted it to go. Not a good cross there by Tino, and he knows he could have done better. I mean, he had two Navaya waiting for the ball inside the box, but the cross was not the best, and they need to work and improve on that. So Magalani restarts play. Not the best delivery service, looking for his left forward where Ishmael Wadi usually operates, and in turn it's a throw-in going for Hardrock. Lost in Yolanda. Bamara being marked by two men. Amidu losing the ball. Now Bamara again. Sambulo Selemani, an exciting player, was with Nsingizini last season, but he was given an opportunity by Hardrock the moment they got qualification into the Casalaga Premier League, and he is with the new boys now. So much talent coming in and around Africa, coming to play in the Casalaga Premier League. Definitely our product, the Casalaga Premier League, really attracting players from other countries, and shows there's something we're doing good. I think the sponsoring of teams that has come on, that we have seen of lately, has improved the level of our game, and now we're attracting players from different countries, and which is a positive thing for the league. Tanaka Shandira, they're just committing a free kick in front of the referee. Well, we talked about this battle in the midfield between Tanaka Shandirwa and Menashe Bamara. It's going to be a long 90 minutes for these two, but fortunately for one, the team is already leading by a goal to nil. And it's up to Bamara and his compatriots to usher a comeback.
So what I've just looked at Caps United, they are not giving Hardrock a chance to play the game. Whenever they lose the ball, they are first at the ball, they are quickly closing Hardrock, and advantage played by the referee there.
Now Navaya teeing it up, just trying to save one of his teammates in. Magalani saving it, parrying it away for a goal kick. You'd have thought Navaya was going to go at it alone, but decided to play assist to the far side, and in 10, they have a corner kick.
I think he tried to give the ball to a player who was in a better position, and Navaya rightly so, and they get a corner kick.
So Tinatenda Muringai taking the first corner kick for Hardrock. Played quickly to Nigel Martina. Navaya being marked heavily by a man who almost looks like him, Kuzai Chiguida.
He tried to go for the hard and low and look across the face of goal, but the goalkeeper did a miscue there.
Did not receive the perfect connection that we have wanted. So now another long throw from Sinotenda Maringai. Magalani saves it with not so much problem. So 12 minutes have been played here at the Rufaro Stadium in the Casalaga Premier League. Match day 4. The man I believe we have seen the lion's share of possession of the ball so far, Sinotenda Muringai for Hardrock. Everything is being played by him or through him.
He's involved in the thick of things for Hardrock. I think he's very industrious.
Obreo Chirinda dropping deep, almost playing as a right forward. Ishmael Wadi, who usually operates as a right winger, this afternoon playing as a left winger. He has been playing that position for Tekshua Shiragwi in the last 3 games.
Well, if you see the front three for Caps United, the inter-exchanges, that cross comes in. Mateunga does well of grasping that ball.
Richard Achiro marking on Selemani. Selemani holding on to the ball with the DLI. Selemani making a darting run into the box, and Kudzai Chikwida comes in to save his captain. Such power, such brute force coming in from Sambulu Selemani.
Forceful play by Selemani, I think, really using his bodies. And there we see that chance again. The Caps United first goal, and Wadi just smashes the ball past helpless Tondre Mateunga.
So Tinotenda Maringai with the second corner kick from exactly the same position he took the last one. So Mateunga, and now parried away by Magalani.
Not the best of clearance by the goalkeeper. The Caps fans feeling that the ball went off the Hardrock player there. That's last Nilanda.
So Tinotenda Maringai again to take the long throw. The man who is almost doing everything. So confirmation of the score 1-0, just under 4 minutes. Achiro clears it away. So it has been blown for offside. Foul throw, rather.
Caps United throw. You know, earlier when I was talking to former Caps United player Nyasha Msheku, he was just telling me he thinks his team is going to win this league this year. As we see Deco just wanting his players to push up.
Oh, Nyasha Msheku, a servant of this club. Indeed, it's time for Caps United. And coming in with the sentiments, believing they have everything that it takes for them to go on and win the championship this season.
They've got a strong team that can challenge for honors, and Tekshua Chiragi so far doing a great job.
So now Hardrock trying to play through the middle. Selemani. Played to Selemani again. And Chiguida.
To be a third corner kick for Hardrock. Inside 17 minutes. They need to take advantage of these set pieces. I mean, it's one area they can try and get a goal. The Caps goalkeeper, Wallace Magalani, not really convincing, dealing with those crosses.
So Tinotenda Moringai with an opportunity to deliver one into the box. And a little bit of pushing there, which compels Owen Manenda to blow a foul in favor of the defending team.
Navaya judge to have pulled the Caps United defender, and you don't want to turn over the ball like that. Take away the pressure from the Caps United defense. Dynamo's team just enjoying the game. They've got a match tomorrow.
The Dynamos, who think they are the owners of Reform Stadium, and they are here watching proceedings this afternoon. They will be taking center stage tomorrow.
As they face Agama, they're watching the bitter rivals, and they're leading here.
Agama hasn't been an easy season so far for them, losing 3 out of 3, but tomorrow afternoon it's going to be Scotland who will take on FC Hunters.
And let's see how FC Hunters will do. That's another one not also doing so well.
So just a head collision between Nyelenda and the Caps United captain Richard Achiro. So medical assistance being ushered to Richard Achiro and gives an opportunity to the team to just go over some certain tactics.
I think it will be a very good start for Caps United should they go on to win this encounter. I mean, it will be 4 out of 4. Again, as we look at the goal. The defense caught at 6 and 7, but that ball from Brett Amidu, I tell you, a defense splitting pass that picked up Chirwa, and Chirwa crashing against the upright.
The pass was played nicely, splitting past the defenders, and Opero Chirinda decided to go with the outside of the boot. Not an orthodox manner for him, and you'd have thought that he was going to make the net bulge, but instead 2 attempts before Ishmael Wadi then went for the second of the season.
You know what, Tendai? Just shows how Caps United want to attack. They had 3-4 players, 4 Gringers in that box, and meaning that whatever mistake that Hardrock would have committed, the Caps players will be ready to pounce, and that's how they scored that goal. Enough numbers in the box, and they're doing very well.
So that's the idea from Tekshua Chiragbi's man. Have numbers in the box, attack with intent, attack with so much greed, and you are sure to get a goal.
And we will keep you posted elsewhere. Simba Bora taking on Highlanders, Chicken Inn taking on Ngezi Platinum, FC Platinum taking on struggling Tail One. That one there, Habit Marua needs to win that one.
So playing it from the back, Hardrock keeping it well now. Selemani will play it to the right flank, where Nyelenda was also operating, looking for options. I played it through to Nigel Martina, a man who was formerly with Moores from Norton, played almost each and every game last season, but he changed outfits, and this afternoon he's playing for Hardrock, Nigel Martina.
And let's see what he can do for Hardrock here. They've got a mountain to climb. They're down by goal to nil. They need to step up. Caps United doing a great job in terms of defensive.
Now Martina trying to play it through. Nelisa Tlamini. Marshall Gawaza being brought down by Ishmael Wadi. Nelisa Tlamini plays it quickly. Martina. And Goes out for a corner kick.
Fourth one for Hardrock, and they're leading 4-1 in corner kicks, and they're down 1-0. Not really neutralizing the corner kicks that are coming their way. They have not done much to trouble Wallace Magalane. Let's see how this corner kick will be taken.
So Tinotenda Maringani to deliver his fourth of the afternoon. Numbers in the box for Hardrock. And Martina doesn't bring it down the way you would have wanted to.
I think they need to come up with a different variety of this set piece taking corner kicks. I think maybe change the players that's taking the corner kick, an area of view of that goal.
First time attempt by Ishmael Wadi. We're just looking into what you've been talking about. Tinotenda Maringai has taken 4 corner kicks and has delivered them in the same fashion. It hasn't worked. And maybe it's high time you start thinking, where is the variation? What are they going to do if this doesn't work?
Exactly. Maybe change the kick and get somebody to take the corner kick.
So Martina, so many men in front of him. Rochitosha Shinga just played it out of the confinements there. Nelis with Lamini concedes possession. Throw in for Caps United. Probably a quiet last 5 minutes, not so much action.
I think Hardrock are slowly getting into the game, but they're not posing much in the final third, but they're managing to contain Caps United in terms of passing the ball, knocking the ball around.
Kazai Chupida trying to play Ishmael Wadi. Quick passing and neat exchanges being played by Hardrock. Nelisa Lamini was looking to play to Selemani.
He didn't have too many options. He was forced to turn around and look for that pass, but he couldn't get it.
So Marshall Gavaza to restart play. Manyaradze Diro, the captain for Hardrock, a man that has been with the club since their days in Division 1 football. The Hardrock Player of the Year award recipient, and today is with them in the Kasolaga Premier League. Oh, what a turn by Nelisa Slavini. He also comes in with a little bit of experience. Manyaradze Diro at some point played for Caps United. He's the team that is facing this afternoon, and also Harare City. So he has been traveling, and he's traveled a lot in the Kasolaga Premier League as well.
He's a seasoned campaigner and brings a wealth of experience to Hardrock, and he needs to lead his team from the front.
So Diro will place it back to Matea Unga. Not the best service if you are looking for your winger. So Caps United restarting by playing Maigalane, who then launches it forward. Some fans also looking at how the game is going. A high boot coming from Ringai. Oh, not so tall Kawonga, but a high boot at the end of the day is a high boot.
KK up on his feet. Yeah, there was a high boot that. Lucky to get away without a caution.
Tanaka Shandirwa to take the set piece from the right flank. 4 bodies as compared to the 5. Not a good delivery. And Junior Chando plays it into the box, but there was no one in there. Chirinda playing it forward, looking for Ishmael Wadi, who then wins it. So 27 minutes have gone so far here at Rufaro Stadium. And Caps United are sitting comfortably as it stands on top of the Casablanca Premier League with 12 points. And after 90 minutes, they wouldn't want this to change. Amidu. Achiro. Chito Shishinga, who then plays it outside, was being pressured. Look at that high press coming in from Hardrock, forcing the defender to play it for the throw-in.
Going for safety.
Amuringai, an opportunity to deliver it into the box. Navaya. Amaro gives it back to Mishik Shengwa. Marshall Gavasa. Now they have an opportunity to charge forward. And it was a thunderous strike by Larson Yelenda. Not so sure if those were intended to be a cross. Drove it with so much power.
I think the end product wasn't good. He had got past his man, should have looked up. Navarre was lurking behind. There, as we see the playback done so well. There is Navarre looking for the ball. Should have looked up, so you could have picked up Navarre.
Oh, missed that earlier opportunity. We were looking at the highlights as well. So many corner kicks that Hardrock have taken, and they've failed to capitalize on on either one of them. Definitely, they don't want to be thinking of those wasted opportunities. Those set pieces are also part of a game, and you'd want to score and make sure you cause troubles or problems for the defending team.
Definitely a chance for
Caps United hits the upright. It's not a goal. It hasn't been given by Manenda. Wow, the crossbar saving Hardrock this afternoon. When you thought the ball had crossed the line, maybe it didn't. And the score line remains as is. Now there from Obrocherinda again.
That's a goal that it went over the line. Look at that. It's again up and down.
Tight call.
Tight call. If you want to say the whole ball did not cross the line. So tight call, that one there.
Well, Obrocherinda, second time he's hit the woodwork, but this time no Ishmael Wadi to help him double the advantage.
And without goal line technology, that one there will be difficult to really call. I think a tight one there for the referee, but nevertheless, good call from the referee.
While playing high and pressing higher, Obrocherinda in the right place at the right time, not just converting that earlier chance, but something Tekshua Chiragu would be proud of. He has always talked about wanting his team to play extremely high, and have shown that so far in the first 30 minutes. So in our football has been played. Salimani. Now, Caps United losing the ball and taking it from distance.
That's an ambitious try, and I think you don't need to try like that when you are down by goal to nil. Should have gone wide. Navarre was lurking there, was waiting for that pass. And I think that's the goal has really shaken them. They've failed to really come up. Even the fans, they're not happy with that.
Well, you could see Nigel Martina just having a word with Soleimani. He said, I was open. Why didn't you play me through? Why didn't you play me in? Maybe I would have done something better. But it also shows you that when teams try to be a little bit ambitious with shots from distance, it's really proving to be difficult to get into the final third. Hence, they resort to shooting from miles away.
Yeah, you got to give Caps credit then. Quickly closing down Hardrock, so they're not giving them too many opportunities to get to their box. So hence they're trying from outside.
So a decision that goes against Hardrock just adds to how frustrating the afternoon has been after 30 minutes plus 2 minutes in this half at Rufaro Stadium. Wadi. So Muringai will initiate the restart in play. Navaya, Shandirwa, Amidu not controlling it the way you'd have wanted to.
Just a lack of concentration there from Amidu, as you see the Hardrock brass band of the fans just rallying behind the team.
Or sometimes the 12th man is the difference between a team winning and getting confidence now. And at least with Lamini.
Not convincing clearance by Magalane, gives away possession.
Now Gavaza, the right back. Soleimani. Would I be wrong if we would say that most of the passage of play for Hardrock has come from that right flank?
I think they are more stronger on that flank, and there's a lot happening from that flank as they give away possession cheaply, trying to switch play.
So Ishmael Wadi in your picture, the goal scorer, exchanging wings, showing how dynamic he is as a player. And also, it's a good technique to keep defenders on their feet. At one moment, you're marking Kawonga. The other, you see Obreuchirinda on the right. The next, you see Ishmael Wadi now operating on the right.
That's confidence when you see players switching flanks like that. It always keeps the team on the back foot. I mean, both flanks, you're keeping the defenders busy.
Muringai just closing down on Ishmael Wadi.
"34 minutes played and the Caps United still in control, still on top of the tree."
Check sure Chiragui just backing out instructions. An animated figure if things are not going his way.
He does get it. I mean, he's so fired up. He wants his team to play according to the way you'll be wanting them to, the way you'll be wanting them to play.
So Chitoshi Shinga will launch it forward. Now Richard Achiro. Shandirwa back to Chiguida. Offside.
Hardrock are still to trouble Magalane. They're still to take a crack at goal.
I believe it hasn't gone as planned for Kevin Kayindu and his Golden Boys.
Usually they come back in the second half stronger. Let's see if they can maintain that.
Richard Ashiro. Gavaza. Nelisco Lamini in midfield. Taking on Brett Amidu.
Again, Hardrock losing the possession at the final third. Simelane just failing to pass the ball.
Now Las Nyilenda, Gawasa coming in through. Bamara marked heavily. Such composure. Now Bamara can launch one. But Chiguida there again to stop any plans of an equalizer. Nelis with Lamini operating in that midfield deeper, seems to be the orchestrator for Hardrock. Now Muringai, is he going to receive a crossfield pass, but overcooked.
Again, that's a story for Hardrock when they're looking to switch play. They are not executing it well and the ball just plays out of touch.
So now, Last Nyilenda being brought down. Dangerous position, just a few meters away from the 18 area.
You fancy Bamara will want to take a crack at goal from that distance.
Banejo Martina, together with Muringai, is standing behind the ball. Just a challenge from behind by Tanaka Shandirwa. So almost looks as Nigel Martina will try to take a crack at goal.
Let's see if he's got the power to go past the wall. If he can kill it.
Now Martina together with Muringai. A dummy run from Muringai. Now Nigel Martina crosses it, hits it, but not so much power. A lazy dive and a lazy padding away from Magalani to just parry it away.
But good free kick from the youngster Martina there. First shot on target for Hardrock in the 38th minute. As we see once again, the idea was good. Just curled it past the wall and the goalkeeper just going on his left, parrying that one there. And no follow-up from the strikers.
So it still stands 1-0 after 40 minutes. About 6 minutes of normal regulation time left, plus additional time, of course. Not so many chances have been created by either side. But Caps United, of course, would have doubled the advantage had Obro Chirinda managed to just tuck it beneath the crossbar. Now, confirmation of other scores and games being played across Zimbabwe. Simba Bora and Islanders still 0-0. FC Platinum and Tel 1-1-0 draw as it stands. Chicken Inn and Gezi Platinum 0-0 now. And the only team leading now is the game that we are watching at hand. The captain, skipper, looking for Las Nyilenda. Nyilenda to Navaya. Now Selemani. So many numbers. Now cross into the box, which is defended by Richard Achiro. Nyarazidiro. Good first time pass. Now Bamara. Martina. Martina taking so much time. Martina maybe showing a little bit too much of it.
Yeah, he's trying to do too much all by himself, Martina. And they should have passed the ball, and the offside call there.
Well, Chawanangwa Kawonga, the man who was offside. He's a good player, Nigel Martina, but in this earlier run of play, just kept it for way too long.
Yes, he had 4 green jerseys around him. He should have played it to, looked up and looked up for one white shirt to pass the ball to.
Gavaza, who played back to Diro. Muringai. Mara to Muringai again. Another cross into the box. Dangerous cross. Magalani and Chiguida were not aware of where the ball was going to drop. Now Navaya, numbers standing in front of him. And maybe the fans thinking that's a hand in the penalty box. And the foul goes against Hardrock. Amidu being the player that was brought down.
Caps United fans with a huge sigh of relief there as we look at what transpired. The cross was good. Navaya just clashing with the defender.
Junior Chando clashing with Washington Navaya. The reason why that foul has been given against Hardrock. But good play, starting to send those balls into the box. Just looking for the tall player Navaya. Maybe you can do something. Feed him the balls in the box. And maybe be guaranteed something.
Navaya is also good aerially and he can hit the ball very well. So they need to continue looking for him, get those crosses in the box. But the only unfortunate thing, there are not enough numbers for Hardrock in terms of in the box. They need to get more numbers in the box.
So 2 minutes left of normal regulation time until we go to half time. Of course, there's going to be maybe at least a minute of added time, not so many stoppages due to injuries. Trying to drive it across. Looking for Obro Chirinda. Brett Amidu running into the box together with Kaonga. But Obro Chirinda thinks otherwise. Richard Achiro. Well, Caps United are not scared of restarting play. Quite patient, if you ask me.
I mean, they are confident on the ball. They're knocking the ball around, just looking for that sure pass, which is what they're doing. And that shows how confident this team is.
Richard Achiro intercepting play. Junior Chando. Obro Chirinda has changed wings again. Quick 1-2. And Gavaza says not this time. Not Chiguida. Kaonga trying to flick it with the back of his head. So 1 minute is what we are going to be seeing as added time. Going to the halftime, Tek Shwachirag would be the happiest of the two managers.
Definitely be happy with what he's saying and wanting to finish strong here as they're attacking Hardrock.
But well, remember the last time they played against Scotland in the opening fixture, you started to see the likes of Bamar coming alive in the second half. And maybe it could be the same script we see this afternoon. It hasn't been a very good afternoon, first 45, but maybe they're going to turn their fortunes around when we get in the second 45. And we definitely want to see them do that for a good game of football.
A good game for football, and let's see how KK will talk to his charges at the break. They need to work on the finishing and execution in the final third. They haven't been doing well in the final third, but it's that one area they just need to rectify so that they can put pressure back on Caps United.
Two big players fighting for the ball. Chitoshi Shinga and Washington Navaya. Washington Navaya. And Owen Manenda says that's it for the first 45 minutes. Caps United lead and this Matchday 4 encounter at half-time. Ishmael Wadi being the difference between the two teams, scoring in the 4th minute. Could have gone for a second, Obro Chirinda, but the woodwork was an enemy, maybe a best friend to Hardrock, as it allowed them to keep the score as is. What a first half we had, Spencer.
What a first half. Caps United starting like a house on fire. scoring, getting the first goal under 4 minutes with Wadi and Hardrock. That goal really shook them off, and they failed to get composure, and they failed to play as a team. Let's see how they'll respond in the second half. I think that goal really catching them with their pants down.
Bro Chirinda was the man who scored the last time they played here at Rufaro Stadium against the Rentos, scoring in the 18th minute, and you definitely would have thought that he was going to be the difference again this afternoon. But they are creating chances, and he might as well be quite fortunate. In a matter of moments, we are going to be switching over to the studio, where there is the team giving us expert analysis and the halftime talk. But since here at Rufaro Stadium, a decent number has come, we are also going to be going for a break, and we hope you go too. But stay tuned for what will come back to be an exciting and entertaining last 45 minutes.
Having endured a slow start to the season, Mapviravira are rediscovering their form, while the new boys, Hunters FC, have been refusing to be overwhelmed by the big stage. Will the Hunters' defiance carry the day, or will Mapviravira season gain momentum? Get the answer this Sunday as Scotland FC host Hunters at 1500 hours live from Rufaro Stadium.
Halftime then at Rufaro Stadium, Kumbiles Uko and the Green Machine are leading once again like they've done in the past 3 games. They lead Kasongo Golden Boys by 1-0. Ishmael Wadi, the scorer, as you saw there. First it was Obina Chirwa who hit the woodwork. It went back. It was hit again by Amidu. We had created the pass. And as we look at the statistics there, Uche.
Rightly so. And if you look at the number of offsides there, one day for Caps United in terms of shots on target, Caps having 3. But if you look again at the balance of power in terms of possession, tilted in favor of Hardrock on 55%. But you know what it means? CNN, the Caps United are saying, stay with the ball. We've already done the damage. As long as you knock the ball around in places that do not threaten us, then we are cool and good. And this is what Caps has done. Statistically, Hardrock are better, but the key statistic is the goal, and Caps are leading by 1-0. So I think the tactics by Caps United conserve energy, because Hardrock, they are a strong team in terms of how they knock the ball around. They are spreading the ball on both wings, but their balance of power is heavily tilted in favor of the right channel, where they are having an overload there. And Caps United at the interval, they need to sort that out. But so far, Hardrock have tried, but Caps United being military precise in the opening 5 minutes, doing the damage and sitting back.
Sitting back, they are Makepe Kepe, the Green Machine, Kepe Kepe Bora. And I'm just wondering whether at the end of the afternoon, as we take a look, that was the goal, wasn't it? It was made by Brett Amidu, hit by Obina, came back to Amidu, and then finished the third time around by Ishmael Wadi. There was nothing there. That Tonderai Mateaonga. And look at the celebration. I mean, my team are practice my celebration. Are fire. I saw a Dynamos. Now this one, as we take another look at that goal by Makepe Kepe before the celebration came along. Ishmael Wadi. I mean, if you have Wadi, players with precision like Wadi and Chirinda, then really you really know that the Caps United have something up their sleeve, Coach Bex.
Yes, Caps United, I'm sure they should have killed the game by that chance which they got. Unfortunately, it hit the bar and hit the line. There is the goal. There is the ball I'm talking about.
That could have been number 2, eh?
Yes, that could have been number 2. And by now, I'm sure they could have been saying, let's try to have security for the 2 points. Yes, that was really a blunder by the Hardrock defender, and at this highest level, we don't expect defenders to be making mistakes like that. That's really dangerous. You can easily be punished. But he was fortunate that the Caps
yeah, was that a goal? I'm just wondering.
No, that was not a goal. That was not a goal, and I think we need to commend the cameraman for taking
that
right
angle.
angle.
Yes,
because the whole ball should cross the line.
Yes. What do you think at home? Did that ball cross the line? You see, the whole circumference of the ball has to cross the line before the goal can be awarded. But unfortunately here, in the country, the referees don't have that watch or that bell that rings when the ball has crossed the line. But I'm sure, the referee, Manenda, probably saw, I don't know whether he saw it from that far range, but from the angle, let's have a look at it again. Our super technical crew just giving us that angle. No, it didn't cross. I don't think the whole circumference of the ball crossed the line. So it wasn't a goal, I think. But we see that celebration again. The celebration from Caps United for the first goal, that is. And my team are practice my celebration. You saw the Highlanders celebration when they were sweeping. And Dynamos came with their own. And now Caps United, nice. Keep it up, you teams. All right, I can tell you that elsewhere, we've got 3 other games in the country, right? I can tell you that at Mandaba, it's 1-1. FC Platinum, Pure Platinum play, and the Wi-Fi boys till 1. At Wadzanai Stadium, Chinu Chedu, Simba Bora, nil. Iboso, nil. At Baba Fields, the Gamecocks, Chicken Inn, nil. Madamburo, that's Gezi Platinum, nil. So there's only 1-0, a team that is winning, the team that has been winning. So if Caps United win today, they go to 12 points. Well, it's early days yet, but I don't know. Just to remind you, Uche has forecast 2-1 for the Green Machine. Coach Bex, 1-1. So Vese game. They're still in the game. And I can tell you that at Ewood Park, Middlesbrough, we are holding Blackburn Rovers to a goalless affair at halftime. It's 0-0. And I can tell you that at the American Express Stadium, Wove Yatungamira, it's bright. No, it's actually a draw. It's actually a draw. Brighton and Hove Albion 1, Liverpool 1. Right, but at Rufaro Stadium, it's 1-0. The Green Machine. And, well, you had the Sparrow, Spencer Nyamadzao, saying that he was talking to Nyasha Muchekwi over the phone from China. That's where he still is. Nyasha Muchekwi, of course, is the one who provided that bus. Coach, no, I bus, Caps. Coach, that luxurious coach, he's the one so much in love with Caps United. And he is adamant that Caps United will win the league title. Do you think so? Well, let's quickly find out what these two experts think here. Let's start with Uche. You think, it's early days yet, but do you think the Green Machine can win the league title?
Yeah, it's a tough one. It's a tough question, legendary CNN. But if you look at the way they've deployed themselves in the opening 3-4 games, the confidence balloon is fully inflated. They are scoring goals. They are picking points. They are on an upward trajectory, and the players have tested the sweetness of the bonuses after every victory, which has been coming like a conveyor belt consistently. So this time around, they are not looking backwards. They are looking forwards. So on paper right now, they seem to have it. But we have only played 4 games. There are 34 more to be played. But so far, so good for Caps United. If they maintain this trajectory, then yes, they can walk onto the podium.
Right, okay, Matimbare. Matimbare, Morgo Sinska. And Gabino when I would tour up. Boss, Morgo Inska. Maybe you're back in the game. Highlanders, Dynamos almost got relegated last season, but back in the game. Caps United almost got relegated, but on top. Now, what do you think Pastor KK has to do in the second half to counter these Caps United forays? It's still not over. It's halftime. Let's find out from Coach Bex.
Yes, I think on the third half, I think they are not really doing enough on the third half. They're a bit on the slow, and at times they tend to be trying to be playing more wide than trying to have a direct attack. Definitely, they also have got Wilfred Manzungu, who came in last during midweek when they played against Chicken Inn and they scored. And I want to believe is one of the tools which the pastor will try to say, let me put him in and they see how things will do. Because the moment he comes in, he's also a striker. That means there will be more power and pressure from Navaya and him, which might result in them getting that important goal which they are chasing for at the moment. I think that is what is very, very important. And also on their midfield, he has maybe to talk to his midfielders to be as tight as they can. In defense, we've seen how the first goal was scored and they were nearly scored again because of a pass which was made across, which is very, very dangerous. And those things have to be avoided to make sure that they try to push as much as they can.
You know what? If Caps United do go on to win the league title, the men, I know the players have done a wonderful job. Will have done if they do. They will have done. But the men, if they win, who should be credited for this is their director, Honorable Farai Jere, perhaps the most dedicated administrator, not only at Caps, and perhaps one of the finest in the country. I mean, from 2004, and he's still there. So let's wait and find out. Right, I also need to tell you that when we are done and dusted at the end of the game, we will be still talking football. We'll be delivering you to Craven Cottage in the English Premiership, where Fulham are hosting Burnley. So do stay with us even after we leave. But right now, we go back Kumpiles Manamdara Kumseri Gwembare Msika to rejoin the guys in the commentary box. Remember, the Green Machine leading Kasongo Golden Boys by 1-0. We'll be talking to you at the end of the 90.
Welcome back to the second 45. The first 45 ended with Caps United taking the lead and the opening 5 minutes, with Ishmael Wadi being the difference. The first shot on target for Hardrock, the visitors, coming in the 38th minute. But now that they've come from the halftime break, what is it that they need to do to change their course, to change their fortunes here with their first dance at Rifaro Stadium? Spencer, looking into Hardrock, Kevin Kaindu, what has he told his man coming into the second 45?
Well, I think what he'll have told his men is to try and get the ball into the final third and be creative, as well as be sharp in terms of executing their chances up front. And we want to see if he will make a substitute within the first 10 minutes or so. But it looks like Kayindu will really want to be at his best. And Caps United were the better team this afternoon in the first 45 minutes. And let's see if Hardrock can respond.
So it almost looks like we're going to be seeing a first substitution of the afternoon. It could be Tanaka Shandirwa if that substitution goes through, as confirmation with the numbers on the board.
Looks like he's coming in.
So Tanaka Shandirwa played 45 minutes and has been replaced by Dominic Njaliwa. So
Shandirwa out for Njaliwa, a midfielder for a midfielder. Not sure what Texua Shiragi saw in the first 45 minutes, and off we get underway.
So maybe it's a tactical substitution. Definitely hoping that it's not a forced substitution due to injury, when we are yet to get confirmation from our team on the pitch side. But we are underway for the second 45. And if you're just joining us, this is Matchday 4. Now Kaonga playing it to Ishmael Wadi. Wadi, first time cross. Obro Chirinda not directing his head the way we would have wanted it to go. But is that a hand? Is that call for the penalty justified?
Caps United again starting off the second half like a house on fire, looking for that second goal to really give themselves a comfort, a cushion over Hardrock in this encounter.
Well, Hardrock losing the ball in a very, very dangerous position. They are defensive third, which is Caps United's attacking third. Now a pull from Richard Achiro. Ishmael Wadi.
Just hitting on the elbow again. Chirwa failing to connect the ball with his head, but that was a good chance for Caps United. But Wadi should have taken a crack at goal instead of passing the responsibility to Chirwa.
Wadi wanted to tend to provider after scoring in the first half. Now Hardrock, a crack at a goal, not the power and not the direction. Bamara.
A rare chance there for Hardrock, and Bamara doing well, and the precision wasn't the best, and that ball just going wide for a goal kick for Caps United. Again, these are the few chances that they're getting, but they need to take these chances that come their way.
But a good opening to the second half. That earlier chance. Bamara bringing the ball down, and last Nyilenda, not the perfect connection. Amidu. Now Richard Achiro with two men in front of him. Chitoshi Shinga playing it to Magalani. No communication between the two players, Magalani and Chitoshi Shinga.
I think Chitoshi Shinga's weakness is not comfortable on the ball, and the defender quickly closed him. That was a bad pass from Chitoshi. No need to explain anything to the goalkeeper. I mean, look at him there.
Well, not every player you're going to see as a centre-back will be much comfortable on the ball. Sometimes you get those ones that are so much harder on the ball. The no-nonsense defenders. Now Muringai, I beg your pardon, taking a shot at goal. There were so many numbers in white and in green just standing in front of him. Not a very, very popular decision. We are here looking into the fans.
Our ZBC boss, Sugar Chagondo, enjoying the game here.
Well, it just shows you that everyone is a fan of the game. ZBC Airaki here in their numbers, also in the stands looking into the football proceedings. So Kudawashe, rather Kuzai Chiguida taking his time. Obreu Chirinda being manhandled by Mnyaradzidiru. Martina. Now Bamara starting to come into life. So many spaces now being left in the midfield. Perfect conditions for him to thrive in.
I think Bamara, that's what he needs, a lot of space so he can hold the ball and run at the defense. Again, that long pass, looking for Navaya, going straight to the goalkeeper.
So that's KK, the man who has made the long distance travel from Kwekwe to play here at Rufaro Stadium. He has been here before with Dynamos, but this time in a new outfit with the Golden Boys.
What I like of Toshi, he goes for the simple things. Play it safe and we defend as a team.
Remember that incident in the first half where he was under pressure and he played it safe.
Let's play it safe and we defend as a team.
The idea as a manager is to understand the type of players you have, those that are comfortable on the ball and those that will just try to play it safe. Manyara Zidiro to Gavaza on the right flank. Now Gavaza following on that intercepted pass. Martina to Los Nyelenda. Gavaza. Neleswa. Slamini. Yet again trying to take shots from considerable a long distance. Shows you how compact this Caps United defense is. They're doing everything right, Hardrock. It's just the decision making in the final third that's been the difference between them scoring and the scoreline being what it is right now.
If they can get their act in the final third, they'll pose more danger to Caps United. I think they just need to work on crisp passing, as we see that foul by which Ismail Wadi just pushing.
Not the best of deliveries on Alice with Lamini. It's not end Moringai. Bamarak asking for it. Martina to Gavaza. Pass through the middle. Hardrock still with it. Hard launch by Gurende. Nyasha Gurende just coming in strong.
That was a tough tackle there from Gurende. And a chance for Hardrock in a promising position. The follow through just catching.
Sambolo Selemani.
Yes. He got to the ball first, just the follow through going over Selemani's right foot. And the yellow card has been issued.
So that's the stoppage in play as Sambolo Selemani is getting some medical assistance, and the fans, the Green Machine fans, in song and in dance, the brass band helping.
Poor story for you. Caps United faithful leading the brass band.
And
they pay to come and sing. It's not even watching the game. As you can see, those are Hardrock fans.
Well, I wonder what Imposter will be saying after the game. Does he even look at the proceedings? Does he even know where they got it wrong?
And I can tell you who scored and how he scored.
All 52 minutes. And Moringai together with Nigel Martina standing behind the ball.
You fancy the left-footed player will curl this one in.
And it might be one that Sinotenda Moringai would want to take.
And let's see how they take this one, Hardrock.
Martina not again delivering the perfect cross. But this time we run down the channel. And it's a wayward cross. And again, Moringai would have been the better option considering he's a left-footed player.
Again, that's the story of the day for Hardrock. In the final third, they've not executed well. They've struggled to get clean balls aflant, and they haven't been perfect in terms of crisp passing. And they're struggling to find each other in the attacking third.
So that's some of the board members for Moors. No man's ball. Junior Chando. Now Navaya. Mudiro. So Caps United win and throw in. Richard Achiro Receives it. But doesn't look like Awonga will get the ball in time. Overcooked by the skipper.
Yeah, the idea was good, but the execution was poor. He wanted to use the space so that he can whip in across. The Caps fans singing and dancing, enjoying a great start by the team. If it ends this way, it'll be 4 out of 4.
Trying to flick it with the back of his head, Brett Amidu. It's the defending eye from Caps United that's causing this defensive line, this big line for Hardrock, so many problems. And that's Tek Shuachira with Ishmael Wadi. No, good ended. Will restart play, will resume play with the throw in. Now, Nigel Martina. Sambolo Selemani. So much traffic ahead of him, forced to go behind.
So you see what's happening, Tendai. Every time a Hardrock player gets the ball, whether it's Navai or Selemani, they've got 3 players quickly crowding them. Caps United doing defensively, they're doing a great job, not allowing Hardrock to settle and to get to play.
Oh, that's true. Caps United are doing a great deal in doubling up on players, not allowing the big players to have so much freedom with the ball. Every time Selemani, every time Navaya gets the ball, you always see maybe Chitoshi Shinga, Gurende, whoever is the centre back, maybe Chiguida. They come in numbers, they come in twos, and that hasn't been easy.
You have to give it credit to the Caps defense. They've done so well, and Richard Achiro just sitting in front of the defense, also playing a great game, just managing to stop all the attack. The attack coming from
there again.
Chimtoshi under pressure there, failing to hold his own.
Chitoshi Shinga, not the best ball playing centre back you'll find in the Kasulaga Premier League, but a solid defender nonetheless. Richard Ashiro would likely want to receive this, but Jaliwa has played it forward. So Nigel Martina complaining to the match official that maybe there was a hand by Jaliwa. .57 minutes and it's still 1-0 rather, and Caps United are leading by a goal to 0. That's the earlier incident.
I think it was accidentally and nothing malicious there.
Sometimes it's anything to just get a breather.
And to get possession back. Deco, parking instructions, all in white.
Definitely hoping that the Hardrock players won't mistake him as a player on the byline. They are, after all, dressed in all white. Now Pamara, exceptional turn. Now Martina, good exchanges, crosses the box. Navaya, can he tuck it into the back of the net?
First touch from Navaya was poor. He could have scored. There was a great chance and good build-up from Hardrock and Navaya. By his standards, you know he could have hit the back of the net, but his first touch was poor.
Prolific striker Navaya could not just get his foot quickly onto the ball. He ended up getting into a collision with Magalani. That's Navaya, not the best first touch, and could not control it. What a hard hit on Magalani. Navaya there will be
on
disappointed.
A given day, he could have just lobbed the ball past the goalkeeper, looked up and just lobbed the ball past the goalkeeper, but he opted to go for the first touch and took a bounce. His first touch was not the best, which allowed Magalani to come in and close him down, and a good job from Magalani.
Well, his first touch with the right foot really dropped the ball to his left foot. Maybe instead of trying to hit it with the left, he went again with the right, and it was a little bit too far for him to control.
And against such a solid Caps United defense, you don't get too many chances. You should have put that on their way, and he knows it very well.
Disappointing from Washington Navaya. The Casolaga Premier League Player of the year 2025. And the man who went home with the golden boot, failing to convert his chances.
The comforting thing for Hardrock is they're starting to get in the game slowly, coming back into the game. The area of view of that goal by Ismail Wade.
Would have been an equalizer. Now Obro Chirinda eating the junction between the upright and the crossbar.
Punished for poor defense.
But you can think of the Hardrock fans that are watching around the world and also at Faro Stadium, what they think about that Navaya miss.
Wow, they're ruining that chance there. That should have been one apiece. Ismail Wade with a kangaroo jump.
A celebration that befits the goal. So Magalani is back up on his feet, something that you'll have to see. Fans, and also Kevin Kayende talking to his assistant.
Edgar Tapera.
So 1 hour of football has been played here at Rufaro Stadium in this encounter, match day 4 in the Casolaga Premier League. Caps United lead. The only time they've conceded in these last 4 games is in their opening fixture against Agama.
I mean, they've been very solid. 4 games, 5 goals scored, 1 conceded so far. I mean, that's a great work from Tekshua Chiraugi and his technical team. They're doing a great job of transforming Caps United. Are the good days back for Caps United?
Well, still early to tell, but sometimes this is how you build 4 games in a row. If they go on to win this one, it will do so much well with their confidence. But also another thing, Caps United haven't been scoring much. The only time, like we said earlier, they've scored more than a single goal is in their opening fixture. The last game they scored 1. In the previous one they scored 1 as well. So maybe this could end up being the only solitary goal we see in this game.
And one thing you need to give Cape credit, they know how to defend, and they can defend that lead, and they're very solid at the back. As we see that tough challenge.
Okonga coming in strong on Muringai. So first substitution, a double substitution coming in from Caps United, and then the youngster, the 16-year-old Allen Mukombezi, who scored against Agama after 2 minutes of being introduced, wasn't on the team sheet against Rentals here at Rufaro Stadium, but he will be introduced by Tekshua Chiragwi.
And that's what we want to see in the league. Get youngsters, get them to play, and that's Diego for you. Taking the chance, Obru Chirinda coming out as well.
So Obro Chirinda has left the pitch, and Allen Mukombezi, the number 16, who's 16 years old, will come in. And now for Hardrock Mudadi, Donald Mudadi will also come in. Wilfred Mazungu, the man who was the top goal scorer in the Central region last season, scoring a total of 28 goals, will also come in and replaces Washington Navaya. Davison Maroa will also be coming in. So Brett Amidu has played his part and his business and comes to a halt this afternoon, and Benjamin Davison Maroa will come in. And standing ovation for Brett Amidu.
Confirmation of the substitute. Brett Amidu going out. Devson Maroa coming in.
Now Moringai together with Nigel Martina. The trusted set piece takers. Now Moringai, Magalani punches it away. Another head-on collision, and it's Alan Mkombezi. Not the way you want to be introduced. A head-on collision with Nelisco Lamini.
Getting in the thick of things already, and what a way to start for the youngster, but part of the game. Calvin Kaindo also making 2 substitutes, bringing Donald Mudadi as well as Wilfred Mazungu. Out goes Nigel. There was Nigel Martina and Washington Navaya, and Navaya not having the best of afternoon this afternoon.
But they do have a good squad. Imagine taking off the top goal scorer from last season and you replace him with the top goal scorer in the central region. Remember, Wilfred Mazungu, he had almost 28 goals and he was the top goal scorer. So they do have some arsenal that Kevin Kayindu can use.
No, definitely they do have some arsenal, and also Navaya was struggling, not having the best of games so far this season for Hardrock, and he had a great chance to put this game at one apiece, but failed to take the chance.
So Alan Mukombezi is back up on his feet, standing and waiting for the match official to reintroduce him. His first bit of play was an injury. Now Kawonga. Running down the right channel. Moringai paying the stumbling block. So Hardrock now going forward. So we can all start to see a little bit of Donald Mudadi. Very experienced midfielder Donald Mudadi brings so much composure in that midfield, experience as well.
Definitely wealth of experience, and let's see if we're going to help his team try and salvage a point here.
Now Hardrock can come in. Donald Mudadi waiting for it, and wait for the run of Nailis Lamini. And is that going to be a corner kick?
To be a goal kick, I would like to believe. Melicious Lamini not connecting the ball so well, leaving his shooting boots at home.
Well, talk about experience and composure. Donald Mudadi just waiting for the run of Nelis Lamini. He could have made a decision himself, but he saw the run. We talk about scanning the pitch.
Presence of awareness and great work there by Hardrock. And that's the incident you're talking about.
Got
just
pitch
the presence
awareness.
of awareness.
Got pitch awareness. Beautiful run here from the left flank. Donald Mudadi teeing it up for Nelis Lamini.
You fancy Chitoshi if you had to try and put a foot there, he was going to score an own goal there.
Richard Achiro. Now Mukombezi to Ishmael Wadi, trying to nutmeg Gavaza. Well, now just look into what these newly introduced substitutes have done for Hardrock. A new best of life, and now playing with intent, playing with a little bit of awareness, and they want to go forward as much as their opponents are also coming for them.
Yeah, they need to be very careful and not to leave space at the back, because Caps United can catch them on the break. Because they're pushing forward, looking for that equalizer.
Mkombedze flicking out for Ishmael Wadi. Ishmael Wadi coming inside. Wadi again. Defended by Mnyaradzi Diro. And you can look at him pumping up the fans. He believes they can do it.
Definitely wanting the 12 men to rally behind them, but a good run by Wadi. Looked up, didn't see so many green jerseys in the box, and wanted to go for a corner kick. But good run by Wadi and good attacking and good defense by Mnyaradzi Diro. Very experienced centre back.
Astute defending from Mnyaradzi Diro, showing why he is the skipper. Such situations need a man who knows when to perfectly time a tackle. The difference between a well-timed tackle and what could be a penalty is quite thin.
The line is the thin line between a penalty and a good tackle.
So corner kick comes into the box. Now Mudadi being followed with his opposite number, Kudzai Chikwida. Nelisco Tlamini to Diro. Now Diro can move with it. Pamara to Gavaza. Now Gavaza coming inside. Mudadi now taking over proceedings. Going for it. Over ambitious Mudadi.
Over ambitious, and that's running out of ideas. Get the ball wide. Get the players to cross the ball inside. And that's the story of the day for Hardrock, the technical bench there. Just under 20 minutes if they are going to do something here.
71 minutes. And confirmation or score updates. Simba, Bora and Islanders still 0-0.
Tough times for Islanders.
FC Platinum leading by 2-1 against Tel 1. Chicken In and Ngezi Platinum still 0-0.
Tough times for Tel 1. They need
now Ishmael Wadi! What a strike!
Great cracker goal from Ishmael Wadi, and there you see him rallying the fans. Tondre Mateunga equal to the task, answering all the questions from Ishmael Wadi.
Good strike from Ishmael Wadi. Good save from Mateunga.
I tell you, both players did everything good. Tondre Mateunga with a fantastic save. Ishmael Wadi with a great strike. And Tondre Mateunga, as you see Wadi believing the fans.
Now the Caps United faithfuls have started bursting into song, cheering him on. Ishmael Wadi. Wadi is now being the name chanted by every Caps United fan here at Rufaro Stadium.
And Hardrock have to thank Mateunga to keep the scoreline as it is. He's pulled up a great save.
Now Toronto Mdadi conceding position twice in a row. Well, Caps United are playing with a little bit of belief. This is what they were lacking last season. It was difficult for them to get a string of consecutive wins, and now so far they have 3 in the bag. 4 if they're going to win this one.
There we see the Caps United faithfuls, the fans dressed for the occasion.
Dressed for the occasion. You can only play this way if you are getting points on the board.
And if Caps winning like this, continue winning, the fan base will continue improving, because the Caps fans, they like to come and watch the team win.
So now Alan Mkombedze doing so much well to keep the ball and evade his markers. Ref says no foul. Bag full of tricks from Alan Mkombedze. Well, Magalani not keeping so much of the ball. Remember, Jalazio for Agama, and that same goalkeeping area played with the ball too long and was punished by Rauf Kawandera.
Caps United players playing with a sense of belief. I mean, that strike from Wade really igniting the Caps United fans and players pushing forward, wanting to look for that second goal that will kill this game as a contest.
Well, there's one thing that maybe all Hardrock fans will be asking is why this man, Junior Makunike, is not playing this afternoon. Now coming in, Caps United, not communication. Caps United trying to go at it again and defended heavily.
The Caps United players getting in each other's way, and lack of communication there between the Caps United players, and the chance goes bagging. Hardrock survived the attack. Let's see if they can defend this throw-in.
Or not giving each other space and time is what caused to have the Caps United players bundle into each other. And it has gone out of play. Ishmael Wadi coming in. Jaliwa also coming in. So Jefferson Maroa.
It's been Caps United asking Hardrock all the questions, and the Caps fans wanting a free kick there.
So Hardrock will try to go on a counter charge. And Selemani.
Credit to the ref, he's been letting the game flow. Hardrock player, they felt he was pushed, and Calvin Kayindu backing instructions.
Well, a burst of pace coming in from...
As we see the two challenges, and I give credit to the ref, he allowed play to flow on both sides.
So the match official says that's a clean tackle
And
on
Deco,
Sambulo Selemani.
in your picture there, not happy with the way the team is defending. Under 15 minutes to play.
So Sambulo Selemani, the man who's trying to keep Nyasha Gurende busy. Bamara. Muringai. Mudadi loses possession. Aleni Mukombezi, chest control, does it perfectly. But Bamara being the strong of the two players. Flamini. Nyilenda. Now Ishmael Wadi will trust his space, Wadi. But Nyilenda heavy on him.
Good tracking back from Nyilenda, and doing a great job of stopping Wadi. And Wadi has been full of life in the second half. Junior Makunike, you talked about, is about to be introduced.
While Melby Kevin Kayindu has had our cries from the commentary box, and Junior Makunike will come in for Bamara. Not an easy afternoon for the gifted midfielder Bamara. Mashaireni as well will be making way onto the field of play. So Mashaireni will replace Sambulo Selemani.
So let's see what Junior Makunike can do in this encounter for his team. Just under 12 minutes to play.
Nelisco Flamini almost running into each other's channels together with Mashaireni. Junior Makunike to get a first feel of the ball. And you can look at Wadi. Wadi trying to turn. Too much. Failed to control it.
If he had looked up, he had Eleni Mukombezi just waiting for that pass. Mukombezi, I beg your pardon.
Would not have been the great start that Junior Makunike would have wanted. Now Nyilenda. Makunike. Makunike coming in. Mudadi. Teeing it up. And it is overcooked and overhit. But the offside flag
in your
had been
picture,
raised.
the Caps president Farai Jere not happy again with the way the team is defending. Nervy moments there for the Caps United president. Tanaka Denura coming in for Chawanangwa Kawonga. Texua Chiragui not scared to make those substitutes.
Bosa Benura has been introduced by Texua Chiragui. That earlier chance went flying away.
The Caps United defense caught at 6s and 7s. They could have been punished there.
So now we're touching around on the right channel, trying to cross it in. Does well to beat his two markers. But then so much traffic impedes him. And that attack goes into vain.
Caps United wanted to finish strong. And part of the beautiful crowd watching the game here. She's singing herself, enjoying Caps United here.
So Debson Maroa operating on that right channel, trying to beat his markers for pace. That marauding run, just trying to cut inside. Ishmael Wadi hits the crossbar, and then they score. Alan Mukombezi for Caps United. The youngster once again
coming off the bench and scoring his second goal in as many matches. Good substitute by Texua Chiragi, and that goal surely will kill this game as a contest. The youngster getting the Caps fans off the seats. The cross was good. Crashed against the crossbar. Good work from Wadi, and the youngster pouncing and punishing Hardrock defense for failing to react. Nothing Tondra Mateanga could have done.
It was a beautiful cross into the box that found Ishmael Wadi. Could not direct it under the crossbar, but there was Alan Mukombezi who was just waiting for the rebound, and he did exactly what he wanted to do. Matea Unga left grasping for straws.
Caps United fans break into rapture. They are singing, they are enjoying. Look at the way the Caps United fans enjoying themselves. Could this be Caps United's Alan Mukombezi?
Alan Mukombezi will get a yellow card for taking off his shirt. But for the second time, he has managed to give a double for Caps United. Against Agama, he came on as a second half substitute, scored after 2 minutes of being introduced. This time, he's the player again who has managed to give Caps United the advantage.
And it's Caps United enjoying a game here. Can Hardrock salvage something here? Under 7 minutes to play.
Offside. Or rather, foul that goes in favour. So Caps United will be playing with confidence. This might be their 4th consecutive win in the opening 4 matches. Texua Chiragui will be pleased. The Caps United faithful will be pleased. The players will be pleased. How can you not be after a dominant display of football? Mashaireni doesn't beat Richard Achiro.
Who's going to stop this Caps United outfit? Enjoying a game of their life. Makunike.
Nyelenda. Nyelenda. So Nyelenda wins a foul. Richard Jatiro comes in to make amends. No bad blood between the two players.
Confirmation of the scoreline. Caps United leading Hardrock in the second half. Wadi getting Caps off the mark and Mkombezi getting the second one. Junior Makunike.
So Junior Makunike will try to take this one instead of Mashaireri. So Makunike this time a good delivery. Cushioned back. Nelis Lamini, no power on that strike.
It has not been a good day for the strikers for Hardrock. Melisios Lamini, I'm not sure what he tried to do. He should have just smashed the ball instead of wanting to use the in-footer. As we see, Deco not happy with the way his team was defending, barking instructions.
Aleni Mkombezi putting pressure on Mishek Ngwenya. So that's the cross. And Aleni Mkombezi finishing the job. Caps United has definitely been the better of the two teams.
I mean, you can see the way they started the game, even the way they started the second half. They started like a house on fire. Got Hardrock on the back foot, and Hardrock never really responded. That attacking front of Navaya and Melissa didn't really come to the party this afternoon.
So score updates in the 87th minute. Simba Bora and Islanders still 0-0. FC Platinum and Telwa now tied at 2-2. Chicken In and Gezi Platinum still 0-0.
Telwa fighting for life. They were down, now back in it.
Now Gurende into the box. And Maroa doesn't do so much to keep it in play.
It's been Caps United asking all the questions. Caps United enjoying the game here.
It's going to be a long 270 kilometers back to Kwekwe for Hardrock.
Definitely. Then we see the first goal. And Wadi just smashing it past Mateaunga. And the kangaroo celebration. Again, Wadi involved. His header crashing against the upright, and the youngster Mkombezi just slotting the ball past Mateaunga once again.
Well, that's how you repay the trust your manager gives you after giving you minutes. There are a lot of experienced players for Caps United on the bench, but he says, I'll try Allen Mkombezi. And he has said thank you. He has appreciated these minutes that he has been given by Tekshua Shiragwi.
And he has taken his chance and is really showing that he is a player that can also add value to the Caps United team. Because you need depth to win the league. It's a long season, 4 games played. It's still early days, but positive things to talk about from Caps United's perspective.
Junior Makunike.
A bit of overweight, I think, needs to shut down so that he can really get his game going.
So, Moringai to Makunike. Makunike, good turn in the middle part of the field. Now Allen Mkombezi, yes, Maroa trying to play it between or behind the defender. So Moringai
Caps United defense have not given Hardrock a chance to settle on the ball.
So Gavaza,
Word coming from the fourth official. Looks like we're going to get 4 minutes of optional time.
well, Gavaza just hitting the ball together with the defender. So confirmation of added time, minimum of 4 minutes. The 90 minutes of normal regulation time are almost up. And we're in the dying stages of this encounter. Matchday 4 at Rufaro Stadium. Well, this is Rufaro Stadium 101. A lesson being taught to Hardrock by Caps United. Welcome to the big league.
Welcome to the big league, Hardrock. And Caps United really stamping authority, showing why they're on top of the log. Their defense has been solid. Their midfield has been solid. Their attack has been getting the goals, creating the chances and getting the goals. Today they've scored 2 goals.
So our team is not only good on how they attack, but how they defend as well. With the words of Sir Alex Ferguson, that goals win you games and attack and defense wins you titles. If they continue in this manner, being solid defensively, Caps United might as well clinch the 2026. But it's up to them. It's their season to win. It's their season to lose.
Well, yes, it is the same, but I mean, Hardrock did not do enough to trouble the Caps United defense.
Now Ishmael Wadi will put on his running shoes. Wadi, Munyara Tadiro to bit. Wadi now still with the ball. Will open his body to try to place it. Now Nyalenda. Wadi just running out of steam there.
Yes, indeed, and Mdadi comes for Hardrock, looking for options. Again, going backwards. Not too many options up front.
So now Muringai. Wilfred Mazungu, since being introduced for Washington Navaya, he hasn't received the support that you would have wanted.
Look at the pensive mood on the Hardrock bench. Tense mood there.
Now Galasa, way wide off the mark.
The few chances they've got, but the shooting let themselves down.
So that's the earlier goal from Alan Mukombezi. A goal that sent the city and into a frantic frenzy.
And Wadi always involved in the thick of things.
Chitoshi Shinga. Or the last substitution.
Just to run down the clock. And Wadi has put in a shift.
And
this one is just to run down the clock.
He gets a standing ovation. Loud cheers for the man who opened the scoring in the 4th minute, Ishmael Wadi.
Tinotenda Meke coming in for the goal scorer, Ishmael Wadi, the first goal, as well as you could say he assisted the goal. And that whistle bringing the end to the game. Tinotenda Meke couldn't even get a touch of the ball.
Wow, that's the end of 90 minutes here at Rufaro Stadium. Matchday 4 at the Castle Premier League. Caps United continue with their winning run of 4 games they've played, 4 games they've won. A total of 12 points. They've collected them all. And we are looking into Ishmael Wadi and Alan Mkombezi being the difference this afternoon. Confidence getting into the 5th game of the season.
A statement win by Caps United. Catch us if you can is the message they've sent to the other Premier League teams. And Caps United doing a great job. 4 out of 4. They've played well this afternoon. Hardrock didn't come to the party. They didn't even trouble Caps United, but credit to Caps United. The defense was solid. The midfield was great. The strikers took their chances, and Caps United leading this one, winning this one 2-0, and they've gone for 4 out of 4.
Well, the home team, Caps United, have won all their 4 games. Hardrock drawing their first one, winning the previous 2 and losing this one. So they've had the experience of what the Casablanca Premier League is like on all fronts. It has been a good afternoon from Spencer Nyamanzawe and I in the commentary gantry. Until next time, it's goodbye.
Indeed, what a match. Get to keep their 100% record as they are 100% with wins. 4 out of 4 for Caps United for the Green Machine. And of course, Hardrock, the Capitans, test defeat for the first time right here at Rufaro Stadium, and netted by the log leaders, Caps United. What a scintillating match that we witnessed today. The Green Machine looking really, really well oiled at this time around. And of course, we look at how Caps United are going to be. And of course, we get to hear from the triumphant coach, that is Tekshua Chiragui. What a match, what a game. And of course, your lads coming good today. 2 goals scored, none conceded. Your overall assessment of this encounter for you and your lads.
Yeah, thank you so much. Like I've said during my pre-match, this game was going to be very difficult, and you have seen it. They were very good in terms of keeping possession, the movement, they were quicker, and they were very, very strong. But like I've said, tactically, I think we are also superior in terms of how we defend, because we knew how they're going to come, and we practiced that, and that's exactly what we did. The good thing that we did is to create a numerous chances of scoring, and we missed glorious chances. I think by today we should have won this game, maybe 4 or 5, but that's how it is. What we need to thank the boys is for their resilience in terms of pushing forward and also working very hard and getting those 2 goals out of this performance with a very good team that was possessing and doing everything. I think it's marvelous. I don't want to lie.
And of course, the international break comes in just now. What will be the most important aspect that you want to improve as a team? I know it's a 100% record so far for you to start the season 4 out of 4.
Yeah, you see, we don't really need to forget that we traveled to Triangle, and that game was also hard, you know, and the energy was now coming out, you see. So at the end of the day, we also need to appreciate, but the most important aspect now is to make sure they recover very well. Then we need to manage that load again.
Coach, congratulations. Go and enjoy with the lads. All right. That is the Caps United coach, Tekshua Chiragui, triumphant this afternoon with a 2-0 victory over Hardrock. And of course, in a few moments' time, now I talk to the Hardrock coach, that is Kevin Kayindu, and of course Umfundisi with us here. A tough one to take, but on the road, really. Let's talk about where you think you lost the game today, looking at how you set up your side and how good Caps were today.
Yeah, I think it's a painful loss. Looking at the way we played, I think we played better. We were good going forward in terms of possession, we're good. But it's unfortunate that we gave away an early goal, which just brought a lot of confusion in the way that we played. But if we can manage the way that we start, it will be better for us. But for me as a coach, I saw what we're doing in training. With a bit of luck, I think we had better chances than Caps United. They won with a bit of luck. They managed to score 2 goals from nothing. It shows that they were a better side in terms of finishing at goal. But I think we had 2 or 3 chances where we could have scored. Starting of the second half, we had very good build-up from the left side, cross in the box, but unfortunately we didn't finish.
Tough one, coach, but all the best as the international break comes. I'm sure there'll be time for more corrections and to get the team set up right.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
All right, that is Kevin Kayindu there, defeated, but nonetheless not too sour. But tell you what, the Green Machine looking really well oiled. I certainly hope you did enjoy this live broadcast on behalf of the crew behind the scenes. My name is Valentine Mabugu, and we take you back to the studio for further analysis where we have the legendary Charles CNN Mabika.
Thanks so much there to Vava. I'll tell you what's being sung right now outside Rufaro Stadium, or inside or outside. The Caps United fans are going, take Ishua, make Ishua, aye, aye, Urombo, take Ishua, make Ishua. That's a real banner Caps. Right. The Green Machine continuing on its roller coaster ride. And just Caps United deserving those 3 points.
Yeah, congratulations to Caps United. Like we said earlier on, legendary CNN, they are on an upward trajectory. They are taking no prisoners. They are unapologetic. Their confidence balloon is fully inflated. And their next victims are saying that there is a dagger hovering over them. Caps United are in a serious mood. They just need to continue on that trajectory.
And, Uche had them 2-1. 2-0. You were Wabuda, but you were right as well too. Yeah, you know, Coach Beck's 1-1 Abuda, and Coach Beck's. I mean, what more can we say? This Green Machine is really
I
pumping.
think the team is playing very well. Especially, I'm impressed with the way they play, especially in midfield as well as their defense. Their defense has been really tight. I think we know what Navaya can do. He never got really a chance where he could shoot at goal, but mainly because they were really marking tight, and in midfield they didn't allow them to penetrate or try to open up their defense. And they've played very well. But also, I think we should also compliment Hardrock themselves. They have been really trying hard, although I still feel Caps were deserved to be the leaders, to collect the 3 points, and to be saying to their fans, we are out 2026 to try to bring the championship to you, although it's a bit too early at the moment, but you can see they've been scoring one goal. Now 4th game they've scored 2 goals, which means there is something which is built. I think Chiragwe is doing a very, very good job.
That's why they've composed that song for him. Take Yeshua, make Yeshua. All right. Well, I can tell you that from the other centers, at Mantawa, it finished FC Platinum 2-1-2. At Wadzana, it finished Simba Bora 0, Highlanders 0. Another draw for the Undertaker there. And at Paberfields, it finished Chicken Inn 0, Angezi Platinum 0. Tomorrow, we will be bringing you the Clever Boys Hunters, who will be hosted by Maviravira, Scotland, at Rufaro Stadium. Dinamo Dimbare go to Wadzanai Stadium to be hosted by the Sporting Eagles. That's Agama. So, and then ZPC Kariba Kauyaka Turu will be hosting the Gem Boys Manika Diamonds. And the Panthers Moors will be hosting Amakosi Amakle Bulawayo Chiefs at Ngoni Stadium. Do enjoy the rest of it. I did tell you that do stand by. We will be taking you to Craven Cottage, where Fulham are taking on Burnley. But hey, Yadra Maliva. It finished Brighton and Hove Albion 2, Liverpool 1, and Coach Bex really didn't like that. But Coach Bex
things are not really going very well for Liverpool.
Right. And right. So it just leaves me to thank our 2 experts here. That's Uche Achiford Mundava. It's always good when he's around. His team, Werder Bremen, just 0-0. It's halftime now against Wolfsburg. We'll see how they do. He's back here tomorrow. And Coach Beck's back here, Ajgi Wane will be back here tomorrow as well. And I know that you will be with us tomorrow as we give you Maviravira Scotland taking on the Clever Boys FC Hunters. So, that's it. Do enjoy the rest of your viewing here on ZBC TV. From everybody in the ZBC TV sports crew, fronted by our producers, Bevan Shinrai, Stuart Shoriwa, Tinashe Manyoni, and Gina Gwanzura. Yes, we say, remember to take care of your loved ones and each other. I'm Charles, legendary CNN Mabika. Until we meet again, it's bye-bye for now.